On the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin' no. Knuckle up or buckle up. I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or got some dough.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life.
Yo, 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 yo! What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. You heard? And you already know what's going down today. You know, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So guess what? Guess what? Turn it off, turn it off, turn it all the way off. Now cut! I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. I actually thought about leading in today's show with me actually singing, just for the hell of it. But my voice is like in no condition right now, kind of raspy. Was partying last night, and I'll get into that in a second. But allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, and this here is Sports Plus Life, that there sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life. It is a beautiful day. That fall is in the If that fall is in the air, it is a wonderful, wonderful feeling day, 78-degree day in Richmond, Virginia. It is Monday, September the 20th, 2021. Oh, my goodness. It's just so crazy because I don't know why this just amazes me so much, because it's all it is time. It's just time. That's it. You know, day after day after day after day. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, people are still, you know, so stuck on 2020. 2022 is staring us right in the face. Like real talk. But I hope everybody had a good weekend, and I did. Yesterday, I right around 5:00, I got to my pop house. It was his birthday, and if I haven't said this before, for those who don't know, his name is Wayne Ampey, and I did this. I said this a couple of months ago about the older men in my life who I have the highest regard for outside of my dad, Clarence Towns III, because, you know, that was my best friend in the world. And one of them is Wayne Ampey. I'll be quite frank, straight up. Ever since my father closed his eyes 7 years ago, he's been my dad. And, you know, and it's really something that just happened organically. And I just want to say happy birthday. I didn't do it. I didn't say happy birthday on Facebook because I was over there. He had a birthday party at his crib. And me and him was running around his house like chickens with our head cut off. I'm cooking on the grill and DJing and while my kids was there parenting all at the same time. But it was fun, man. It was fun. Like, we really had a good time. I ain't leave his crib till like 2:00 in the morning. Even after everybody left, I was sitting there, and him, his brother Manny, Uncle Manny, and his best friend Bruce, I was just sitting there with them, and, you know, until about 2:00 in the morning, just kicking it out there on his back porch, because I don't get a chance to do stuff like that often. I didn't plan on being there that late because I know I had to, you know, take my kids to school in the morning, which I did. Boy, it was a struggle. I'm telling you, boy, it was a struggle to get up this morning to take them kids to school. And you know what I did as soon as I got back to the crib? I went right back to sleep.
Biatch.
I did. I really did. But it was fun, man, just kicking it with the OGs, man. Sometimes it's cool to kick it with the adults, man, and, you know, just when you just unwinding and chilling and have a good time and just soaking up that knowledge, man. And that's what I do. I just soak up all of that knowledge they give me, and it's fun. It's cool. And like I said, had a great time. Love you, Pop. Happy birthday. And yes, that was definitely fun. I ain't get to bed till 3:00 in the morning. I did. I ain't get to bed till 3:00 in the morning just to wake up and saw that he had called me at about like 2:30. I'm like, I'm safe. I'm good. But on a serious note, I unfortunately I wasn't able to get off this past Saturday on September the 18th because I had been off the previous 2 Saturdays. I was not able to attend the memorial service of our fallen classmate Daniel Finney Frock, and I just want to say, Finney, that you're my guy. I love you, and you definitely always in my heart. I'll say it again, just like I said it a couple weeks ago when we found out. You're in my heart. You're one of the most genuine, honest, funny dudes that I know, and you're in my heart. You're in Springer's heart, and we all love you. We all love you, brother. And rest easy, my friend. Rest easy, Frock. Let's continue with the love bombs. And again, I'm gonna continue to show love to everybody. We got us a reunion coming up on November 5th at Holland Springs, the Verona game. I can't wait to see my peoples. I'm gonna keep on this train and until I see you guys, and even afterwards. I'm gonna keep on this train. I'm gonna keep this train of positivity moving because, to tell you the truth, man, we never know. I'm gonna tell you, like I said, we still stuck on 2020. 2021 has been a trip. A lot of people are still thinking about what happened in 2020. 2021 has been a bitch at times. I mean, quite frankly, to be honest, it has been a trip, bro. It has. Particularly if you're part of my Holland Springs family. It's been wild. It really has. We've had to take some gut punches, but you know what? We're still standing. We're still strong. And let me tell y'all something. Spring of Love is real, okay? When I see hashtag, or when I type out hashtag Spring of Love is real. Why? Because we make it real. Because people like Adrian, Crystal, Nikita, Chantel, Gerard, Janice, Alicia, Vernon, Calvin, Gary, all of you guys make Spring of Love so real. Doug, Sean, my people. Hey, these are my people. Rashad, I call my old chorus teacher, I call her Mom. Because she has such an impact on my life. I straight up, that ain't Miss Brady to me no more. That's Mom. I mean, but everybody, Amanda, Tyrell, Jason, Amy, Brian, Tahir, we all make Spring of Love real. And Spring of Love is real, damn it, because we say it's real. Okay? Black and yellow, black and gold, which one? I don't know. I guess you could get away with either one. I guess you could. I guess so. It works, but we keep our people in our heart, and we stand up. We keep going. Again, Regina, Brittany, Candy, Heather, Rob, everybody, man. Love you guys, man. And I'm going to keep on saying it, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Jamar, Donald, Jalal, BG, Shanika, Janice, Arthur, Tim, all you guys. Cordell, my God, brother. All my peoples. I'm just naming them off. I'm just naming them off. Natasha, Tanisha, Tiffany. And it's about 4 Tiffany. So if you think, well, if you listen and say, oh, he's talking about me. Yep, I sure am. I really am. I am. Like, you guys mean everything to me. And I can't wait till we link up just to show our love. And and we're going to have us a good time. Again, I'm going to put it out there every episode, until November 5th. Every episode. So so I just wanted to get that out there, talking about my pop and his birthday, and then the memorial that just happened with our boy Frock, the Holland Springs meeting, a reunion that's coming November 5th. And one last point to order before I jump on the sports. My father, my dad, his birthday is on Wednesday, and I just want to wish him a happy heavenly birthday. Dude, I miss you so much. I do. Words can't describe how much that I miss you. Words can't describe how much that I need you. but I know you watching me from up above, and I also this is why I hold people like Wayne and Tucker in such high regard, because ever since you closed your eyes, you knew I still needed somebody, and these people have been just a gift, but I do miss my daddy, man. I do miss my daddy, and his birthday is on Wednesday, September 22nd. Happy birthday, Dad. And you rest easy as well, King. And also, tomorrow is my cousin David. Is his birthday. I might call that idiot. I might call him the day before the show is over. His birthday is coming up. His birthday is tomorrow. So, yeah, got a lot of people that I love whose birthday is in September, or the Virgo community, okay? But anyway, hey, it's time to talk about some sports. So, without further ado, people, let's get to it. Oh, man, week 2 of the NFL season. Just when we think we have everything figured out, from the week 1 overreactions that everybody has, thinking that they know who's going to win the division, who's going to be MVP, who's going to be the most improved team, and who's going to be a disappointing team. We think we have it all figured out, only to find out that we don't know shit. To be honest, we don't know nothing, because there were definitely some surprises, some shockers, and the injury bug bit like hell yesterday. I mean, some marquee players getting hurt, getting injured yesterday. But before I get into yesterday's results, I do this on Monday, so I don't really get a chance to to really make my, give my take on the Monday Night Football game. So I'll start with last week's Monday Night Football game, which was one of the craziest games that maybe of the year thus far. At least we like to think so. When the Raiders beat the Ravens, just crazy win. I mean, Baltimore looked like they were going to smoke them at first, and then the Raiders came back. Then it looked like the Raiders were going to win, and then it looked like they gave it away. It goes into overtime. Derek Carr throws an interception, but then Lamar Jackson fumbles, and eventually Derek Carr just lofts one out there to Zay Jones, and is caught for a touchdown. Victory for Vegas. Surprising victory for Vegas. And now I will get into, this week's games, starting with Thursday's game. Let me tell you something. The 2 Thursday night games thus far in the NFL season have been absolutely awesome. You had the opening Thursday night game between Tampa and Dallas, and then the game between Washington and New York was equally just as compelling. Came down to a last-second field goal at the end, and Washington beat the New York Giants 30-29. For all of the talk about how great Washington's defense is supposed to be, these first 2 games they haven't looked the part, but they were able to eke out a win, a last-second win. And if you're the Giants, oh my God. I mean, first of all, this is the first career win for Taylor Heineke, so good for him out of Old Dominion, rather local product, for at least from where I'm doing this podcast from in Richmond. But good for him. But, Washington drives the ball to get in the field goal range, and they missed the initial field goal, but they got a chance to re-kick, not because of timeouts, everybody was out of timeouts, but because a defensive lineman was offsides during the field goal kick. Damn. You talk about snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. And of course, when Washington gets to re-kick the field goal, now 5 yards closer, Dustin Hopkins makes it. So now Washington is 1-1. The New York Giants are 0-2. Let me get back to the Raiders, because right now, if I had to say anything about an early season MVP candidate, I would have to say it is Derek Carr. Derek Carr right now is playing lights out as the Las Vegas Raiders went into Pittsburgh and beat the Steelers yesterday. I had Pittsburgh winning this game. I was wrong. Not only did they lose the game, they lost TJ Watt, groin injury. And, those are nagging injuries that could keep him out for a while. I'm be honest with you, they might as well shelf him at least for 4 to 5 weeks, because if you try to play him this coming up week, it's only going to get worse. Ask Anthony Davis about them groin injuries, them injuries next to your nuts, and ask him how you think that feels. But in regards to Derek Carr's play, he's been absolutely spectacular. I mean, they don't have the best offensive line. They were without their top running back, Josh Jacobs, yesterday. And now what you're starting to see is the development of one Henry Ruggs, because we know you've got a dynamic tight end, maybe the most athletic tight end in the league. I mean, we talk about Kelsey, we talk about Kittle. Darren Waller is right there when you talk about best tight end in the league. So we know you got him, but now you're getting a dynamic weapon on the outside who's an absolute burner. Henry Ruggs is a burner when it comes to speed. And right now, I'm not going to overreact because the Raiders were 2-0 last year before finishing 8-8. I think Gruden, while Gruden might not publicly acknowledge that seat is getting warm, but I'm pretty sure he feels the heat. Now, I will say this. Each of his first 3 seasons there, the Raiders have improved in wins each year. But this has got to be the year where if you're John Gruden, you definitely want to take that next step up to make the playoffs. And as far as the Pittsburgh Steelers are concerned, I don't see much different from this year's team to last year's team. I mean, they're still not running the ball as effective as I'm sure Mike Tomlin would like. You drafted Najee Harris, the running back from Alabama, but it's still pretty much a dink and dunk passing game. I mean, the Raiders controlled that game pretty much from start to finish. Now, I watched my particular interest for yesterday was in all of the early games because, like I said, I went to the birthday party after the first set of games went off, but I paid specific attention to my boys' games, the Broncos, the Raiders and the Steelers, and Philadelphia and San Francisco. But as far as the Steelers and Raiders go, Vegas controlled that game. And my uncle wanted to be talking shit to me because he's talking about the Broncos schedule and talking about his team schedule. Now, hey, I got to give props where props is due. Vegas has beaten Baltimore and Pittsburgh to begin this season. So that's impressive. And Pittsburgh, there's still a lot of questions. So now on to other scores. The Bears beat the Bengals. I called Chicago to win that game. I said it would be an Andy Dalton revenge game. Well, guess what? He got hurt. And Justin Fields came in the game. This is what the Bears fans wanted, right? So the defense really saved the day because Justin Fields didn't look great. Matter of fact, he came in and had a mind-blowing interception. I'm like, dude, you didn't see that guy right up the middle as the Bears were really trying to salt the game away. He let the Bengals right back in the game with his interception. But nonetheless, Chicago won. They are 1-1. They're the only team in that division, the NFC North, with a win right now. The Cleveland Browns beat the Houston Texans 31-21. Tyrod Taylor, again, the injury bugs hit yesterday. Tyrod Taylor got hurt, and I really felt bad when I saw Tyrod Taylor get hurt. I hope it's not serious because let me tell you something. He has that Houston Texans team playing ball. Before he got hurt, they were going up and down the field on Cleveland's defense. He had a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown. He was playing ball. I really, really, really hope that it's nothing lingering with him because it seems like every time he gets, and he knows at this point in time in his career, he's a placeholder quarterback. But every time he has the chance to start, is something always going wrong with him. He's always getting hurt. He got hurt in Cleveland, enter Baker Mayfield. Bye-bye. He got hurt with the Chargers, enter Justin Herbert. Bye-bye. Houston's quarterback situation is a little bit more dicey because of the issue with Deshaun Watson, but they're playing good football. Like I said, they lost yesterday. Hey, Baker Mayfield, when you throw an interception, let somebody else make the tackle because your ass got trucked and damn near hurt when you threw that interception and you out of frustration trying to make a tackle. Dude, stay in your lane, okay? But he looked good. Nick Chubb had another rushing touchdown. Cleveland did what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to win this game, and now they are 1-1. They are 1-1 as well. The Los Angeles Rams beat the Indianapolis Colts in a very good game, 27-24. Another injury. Carson Wentz got hurt. Doesn't surprise me with him, though, because that's honestly what he does. He tries to play football like a linebacker, and Aaron Donald rolled up on both of his ankles. So his status is now up in the air. they lost the game. The Rams had to come from behind when it looked like they had the game under control. All of a sudden, they got blitzed by the Colts, including a special teams touchdown on a bad punt snap. But the Rams are 2-0. They have a huge game next week. So I called the Browns to beat the Texans. I called the Rams to beat the Colts. I called the Dolphins to beat the Bills. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, really, really wrong. Injury alert. Injury bug again. Tua got hurt. That effed me up on my fantasy because I still think I won my game, though, anyway. I had Tua as my starting quarterback because my two quarterbacks are Tua and Trevor Lawrence. Well, I'm going to put some respect on my team's defense before I started Trevor Lawrence. But then Tua got hurt, and the Bills won 35-0.
You suck.
I mean, Jacoby Brissett is Miami's backup. He's been a starter for a while in the league. You couldn't get no points. And when I was watching that game, I just saw every time Miami had it deep in the Buffalo territory, they would turn it over. So the Bills definitely get a bounce back game. I mean, forcing the donut on Miami, 35-0. I called the Patriots to beat the Jets. I was right on the money with that one. I mean, Bill Belichick defense against a young quarterback. What else? What did you think was going to happen? What's his name? I can't remember this fucker's name. I never can. The Jets quarterback, second overall pick, Zach Wilson. I think that's his name. Yeah, he had 4 interceptions. Like, on a lot of my FanDuel games that I played, I picked the Patriots defense. I saw this shit coming. And Mac Jones, he had a very young Tom Brady-like game. 22 for 30, 186 yards. Basically run the ball, play good defense. That was the recipe when Brady was a young lad. And that is going to be the recipe for Mac Jones. Right now, they're going to keep the training wheels off of him, but Belichick overall has a very good, well-rounded team. On to the next game, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I called the Eagles to win because I like that matchup, and I was wrong about that one. And I'm going to tell you, this game was absolutely driving me nuts. Because have you ever seen that game where one team is so dominant over another team, but they can't put any points on the board? The Philadelphia Eagles absolutely spanked the San Francisco 49ers for the first 1 2/3 of the first half. I mean, they had Jalen Hurts had like a 90-yard completion to Quez Watkins and ended up getting no points out the deal. I mean, for the way the Philadelphia Eagles played in the first half, for them to be down 7-3 at the half to the 49ers, I knew they were going to lose that game. You know, when the 49ers took the lead right before halftime, scoring a touchdown, I said, the Eagles blew their opportunity because they should have been up no less than 13-0, maybe even 17-0 with the way that they were playing. They had a touchdown pass, Hurts to Jalen Reagor, that was called back because Jalen Reagor stepped out of bounds, so that was illegal touching. And so yeah, the Eagles, they went down. I was wrong about that, and the 49ers, they are 2-0. They are 2-0. So, and another game, the next game, I was totally wrong about. Again, week 1 overreactions. We all saw what Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints did to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, right? So you assume they're playing the Carolina Panthers, albeit in Carolina, albeit a division rivalry game. I picked the Saints. My man Tony picked the Saints. We were wrong, as the Panthers, maybe you might want to keep an eye on them. They smacked the Saints 26-7. We saw, even though Jameis Winston only threw for 140 some odd passing yards in week 1 with 5 touchdowns, we saw Tampa Bay Buccaneers Jameis Winston in this game. 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. Was just throwing shit up there to be caught by any whole body. And like I said, maybe we should pay attention to the Carolina Panthers. Because one thing that they were last year, despite their record, they were very competitive in every game. I said last week that Sam Darnold, to me, is an average quarterback. I'm not going to take that comment back yet, but what I do like about what I'm seeing with him is that he's allowing himself to be coached under this system, and he's not making the mistakes that he was making when he was with the New York Jets. Or, it could be a fact of you were with the New York Jets. I mean, could look at it that way. My Denver Broncos, we 2-0, bitch.
Excellent.
We defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars 23-13. After a slow start, my defense kicked it into high gear. Jacksonville had a hell of a first drive. Trevor Lawrence looked great. After that, the no-fly zone is back, baby. I mean, we are back. Trevor Lawrence threw for just barely over 100 yards, 2 picks. Von Miller is back, had another sack. Patrick Surtain, Kareem Jackson had interceptions. And now, like I said, my uncle was talking trash to me about the Raiders schedule as opposed to the Broncos schedule. Look, can't help, it ain't our fault the schedule was made the way it was made. The Raiders got 2 impressive victories, but my Denver Broncos are proving something that if you're a good team, you beat teams that you're supposed to beat.
Biatch.
We should have beat the Giants. We should have beat the Jaguars. And next week, we should beat the Jets. So I'm just going to take each W as a W. The Raiders 2-0 ain't no different than my Broncos 2-0. That's all I know. That is all I know. Teddy B, baby. Uncle Teddy B, baby. Uncle Teddy B. One of the crazier games of the day. Now we're into the late games. The Cardinals beating the Vikings 34-33. I did call the Cardinals to win this game. Crazy bananas shootout. Kyler Murray threw for over 400 yards. I talk about MVP candidates. Derek Carr is one. Kyler Murray is another. And the Vikings, oh my gosh, you miss a chip shot 37-yard field goal with a chance to win the game? Oh man, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, but guess what? Arizona is 2-0. I'm not going to make a big deal about the Buccaneers beating the Falcons because the Buccaneers should have beat the Falcons 48-25. Tom Brady looked magnificent, but it's the Falcons. That's all I can say. The Dallas Cowboys did beat the Los Angeles Chargers 20-17, and they rebounded from their Week 1 loss. I couldn't pay attention to this game like I wanted to because, like I said, I was at the birthday party and I was doing a lot. But when I did watch this game, it looked like the Chargers did what the Chargers do, and that is snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. That has been their MO really over the last 15 years. Now, I'm not taking any credit away from the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all know I'm a Dallas Cowboys troll. I'm okay with that. But a victory is a victory. I mean, and it was a 56-yard field goal by Greg Zuerlein at the end of the game to win that game. So take notes, Vikings, honestly. So I got to give credit where credit is due. Dallas won the game. I did not expect them to win the game, but they are 1-1 as well. And, we had so much high expectations of the Chargers. Look, in retrospect, because I'm a Bronco fan, in retrospect, the Cowboys did me a favor because the Chargers are in my division. But we all know how I feel about, we know.
Funky dog hit, bitch.
For shizzle. Anyway, and moving on with the games. Another crazy one, Tennessee and Seattle. Like, I thought that Seattle had that game in hand. Like I said, I'm running back and forth between going inside, going outside, going to a grill, going, checking my kids. And I'm thinking that Seattle has this thing on lock. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, wait a minute, they're in overtime? What the hell did I miss? What did I miss was Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, after being subpar is an understatement as far as the way he played in the first game against Arizona, he proved why he is still the best running back in the league. And Julio Jones had a hold my beer moment because he showed the Tennessee Titans this is what you get when you get Julio Jones. Russell Wilson had a great game. I can't remember the last time that Seattle actually lost a home opener, but they did. They dropped that game to the Titans 33-30 in overtime, which puts Tennessee in a first place tie with them Houston Texans. But I tell you, just when we think we know it all, we don't know shit. And the Sunday night game, which was definitely the game of the day, the Chiefs and the Ravens. I called the Chiefs to beat Baltimore just because it seemed like they had their number. They were Lamar Jackson's kryptonite, all of the injuries with Baltimore, but Lamar Jackson manned the fuck up and got it done. Finally beating the Chiefs, finally beating Patrick Mahomes. A come from behind victory as well. I was able to pay attention to a great amount of this game. And when I saw Lamar Jackson coming out throwing a pick six, I'm like, damn, y'all already running the game. Y'all already running the wrong game plan again on Kansas City. but the Ravens fought, they scratched, they clawed, they were behind the whole night until when it mattered the most, when the clock struck 0 and they were 1 point ahead on the Kansas City Chiefs, 36-35. They did me a favor again. Chiefs are in my division. The Ravens did themselves a favor. Pittsburgh lost, Cleveland won. I think everybody in that division, Cincinnati lost. Everybody in that division in the AFC North is now 1-1. In the AFC West, Kansas City is 1-1. The Chargers are 1-1. The Raiders are 2-0, and my Denver Broncos are 2-0, baby. Uncle Teddy B, baby. Uncle Teddy B. And for the Baltimore Ravens, just an improbable victory, and Lamar Jackson is just sensational. And this could be that victory that could springboard him and that team into another stratosphere despite all of the injuries that Baltimore has gone through. So look out. Definitely look out. And you guys already know what time it is when I have my man's Tony on the phone. You know, we're going to do our NFL, and we're just going to do our sports analysis in general. I know he's happy because his Dallas Cowboys, they won. But I'm fair. I'm not going to just call and get somebody's intake when their team loses. No, I said earlier, Cowboys won. You know, I give him credit for it. So what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
Still, week 2 of the most wonderful time of the year. How you feeling?
I'm feeling positive. I'm not feeling great, but I'm feeling positive. There were things in that game that made me scratch my head. The ending, I mean, I'm glad McCarthy explained the ending about the clock. But even prior to that, the fact that we were able to move the ball so fluidly in that first quarter, and then from the rest of the game on, we were still moving the ball, but there were opportunities. There was a lot left on the field by penalties. There was so much yellow on the field in that game. And then play calling, questionable play calling. If you're running it down their throats, why are you throwing screens? Why receiver screens?
Okay.
On Derwin James, no less. You know, repeatedly. It didn't work the first time, didn't work the second time, but you're just gonna keep throwing them.
Okay. Well, what we were talking about before we came on here was I'm giving credit because this isn't a general way that the Cowboys usually win. A 20-17 game. There's a stat out that before yesterday, the last 17 Cowboy victories have all come when they've scored over 30 points. They don't win a 90s style 20-17 game. So that's definitely something as a Cowboy fan, if I was a Cowboy fan, which I would never be, but I would definitely take in a positive direction saying, hey, some game it's crazy because some games you think that you might lose, but you end up winning. Like I look at Tennessee and San Francisco. You know, those were games where you look like, how the hell did they win? You know, so for Dallas to pull that off, I mean, it's a feather in their cap. They're 1-1. Philly's 1-1. Washington is 1-1, and so now we just have to go from here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, and then I guess this is my whole take. It going forward, if I am Mike Quinn, Michael Parsons is a linebacker. They drafted him as a linebacker. Quinn likes versatility in his players. Linebackers that can drop back into coverage like a safety. Linebackers that can rush the passer. If I'm Quinn, when DeMarcus Lawrence comes back, I'm moving him inside and putting Parsons right next. I'm fielding my starting line is going to be my 4 best rushers and best run defenders. That's it. Forget positional stuff. Let Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch and Ken O'Neal go ahead and play, because you and I know something that people have known a long time. You don't have to have great linebackers, just good linebackers, but them trenches got to be one.
Got to be.
And if you can put pressure, like they were putting on Herbert, and you talking about Jalen, Parsons, a dude that's running like 4.39. He had a sack. He had 4 quarterback hits. He had 9 pressures on Herbert. Will that happen week in and week out? No. We'll see next week because he's going up against Lane Johnson. But if he's able to generate that kind of pressure on Jalen Hurts, you honestly have to look at him and say, is this guy Von Miller type?
Yeah. And that makes me say, and it's funny that you mentioned Von Miller, because the next question I was going to ask you is that there is something in the water out west, in the NFC West and the AFC West. They are killing. I mean, they're killing the game right now. I mean, with the NFC West, with the exception of Seattle just totally falling asleep at the wheel at the end of that game and forgetting how to. Well, I know Derrick Henry's hard to tackle, but I mean, damn. And that great game last night between Kansas City and Baltimore. Other than that, there's something going on out west. The 49ers, the Rams.
Minnesota, Arizona, because Minnesota should have won that game. Like, they should have. They should have won. They should have hung a hell on Arizona.
They should have, but they didn't. You know?
But all the components that you would normally see, I don't know that it's all that different, because all the components that you would normally see in these teams you did see is just Kansas City and Baltimore is always that. And Lamar Jackson's going to have his 100-yard rushing, which...
Well, he had to.
You know.
I mean, he was
going to have that anyway. That's how they played. You know, and then when you look at Minnesota, Kirk Cousins had a Kirk Cousins game. Dalvin Cook got his yards. I just think as top to bottom, what you're looking at, top to bottom, these divisions those two divisions are stacked. But as far as top heavy, when they come up against like opponents from other divisions, it's a shootout. It's an even thing. It's just they smack up the bottom tiers in all these divisions, because all of them can smack up, blow them out the gym.
Well, I think the most surprising part with the Sunday night game is that, you know, everybody's been saying for the last 3 years that the Ravens are not built to come from behind. So, I mean, when the Chiefs got up by double digits, you almost thought, well, damn, this is game, set, match. And Lamar would not stop. Like he, you know, you could tell it meant something to him, because, you know, during the week he was saying, well, this ain't Lamar versus Mahomes. This got to be Chiefs versus Ravens. But you could tell when he got that first down to ice the game, that shit meant something to him. You know, that it definitely meant something to him, particularly with all of the injuries they had. But as far as the West, like, I'll start with the NFC West. And like I said, you know, we overreact every week, but thus far, what I've seen with the NFC West, is that you may be right when you know, the Rams might be the cream of the crop in that division.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they play well. You know,
they tried to give that game away, but they didn't.
They tried to give the game away, but I like these same Rams. I think with Goff win the same way. Stafford. The only difference is when it comes down to a game like that, maybe Goff gives the game away. Stafford didn't. That's it. That literally is the difference, because the numbers are the same. Like, literally, Cup, you know, was getting his yards.
Yep.
He was Goff's favorite target. Now he's Stafford's favorite target.
Yep.
Nothing has really changed, you know, other than that closing. You know, being able to close games out. Stafford is a stronger, you know, quarterback in that regard. On the other side of the fence, you know, you got the Dirty Niners. They're going to do what they're going to do.
And that's what they are.
Run the ball and play defense. That's what the 49ers are going to do.
And they lost two running backs. They lost two running backs yesterday.
Yeah, like in one drive, didn't it?
Yep.
Wasn't it one drive?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, but on the Philly side, well, we'll get over there to their side. Teach your kids how to tackle. Stop lowering their head. Commit personal fouls.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, because I said this on the show earlier. The Eagles, for the first quarter and a third, well, the first 3 quarters of the first half, I mean, that game shouldn't even been close. And when I saw San Francisco take the lead at the end of that half, I said they're gonna win. I said, because the Eagles have left too many opportunities, and a team like San Francisco, if you leave them in the game. And Jimmy Garoppolo is actually playing pretty well, you know, knowing that his replacement is waiting for him. So when you have them down, you got to step on their throat. You do. Same thing with Minnesota. I mean, like you said, Minnesota should have won, but they didn't. Field goal kicking, and that was a shootout from jump. I mean, that was a shootout from the very start of that game. But
Pretty much.
But some teams, it just doesn't surprise me when they find ways to lose. Minnesota's one of them. The Chargers are another one. Those are teams that, honestly, the Raiders up until, we'll still, jury's still out on them because, at least over the last 2 years, they played great until Thanksgiving. Once Thanksgiving is passed, that's when they kind of nosedive. So, but as far as the 49ers, I mean, like I said, I think that they're going to be the team left out. I still believe that. But Seattle has to do something with their defense.
That's why I think I picked Seattle as the odd team out.
Yeah, I know you did.
Russell is going to rest, but again, if you got to score 35, 40 every game to beat people, that game took a dramatic shift. It did. It took a dramatic shift. They for whatever reason, I guess they were trying to see if Tannehill could carry things early on, and that got them in that hole.
Yeah, you found your answer on that one.
But then once they went back to conventional Tennessee, you saw what happened, right? Was the Seattle defense even on the field?
And that makes me think next week, because Seattle plays Minnesota, I mean, is Dalvin Cook going to do the same damn thing?
Dalvin Cook going to have 167 yards and 2 touchdowns against that defense.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting him on my FanDuel squad. I mean, because that's just crazy. They're going to
do it. I mean, they for San Francisco, they're one of the best running teams in the league. They're going to, even with the injuries, it's going to be next man up, and they're still going to be able to run the ball. And as long as Garoppolo, doesn't play hero ball, they'll be just fine.
Well, that shouldn't surprise you, because you have to look at the system. I mean, think about it. Kyle Shanahan's system. Think about my Broncos back in the late 90s and early 2000s. He's running the same system as his father. Remember, all you have to do is just plug in a running back. They plug in running backs that run north and south. That's it. I mean, it's the exact same system. Like, people are acting like shocked at that. People are like, how does San Francisco do it? Well, you were asking that same question 20 years ago about his father. Because first it was Terrell Davis. Now, he was the best one by far. The second most gifted running back that Mike Shanahan had was Clinton Portis. But between Terrell Davis and Clinton Portis, you had Olandis Gary, Mike Anderson, Reuben Drones, Quentin Griffin. Like, you just play. It's that system. He's running the same system that his pop. He grew up watching this system. So really, and I guess that's why you draft Trey Lance. But to me, if Garoppolo was if he was just durable, then I don't even think that's a problem. And I guess less turnover prone, but he looks pretty sharp right now. So the 49ers, they look like the grinder team in that NFC West.
I was going to say, which, if you really think about it, which is more advantageous, having a Patrick Mahomes and that style offense that could hang 40 on you, or a team that every time they touch the ball is 7 to 10 minute drives.
Oh, and that can suck the life out of you. Because that's exactly what they did. Their first possession of the second half against Philly, they put together an 8-minute damn drive and just took the life out of a pretty good Eagles defense. The Eagles defense is still surprising me. I mean,
the dude was sucking, bro. They was sucking for air. Fletcher Cox, they was sucking for air.
Yeah.
And then the boy Graham went out. Now you down a man too. One of your better defenders.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. But I believe the top 3 most dangerous players in the NFL right now is Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, and Patrick Mahomes. No specific order. What do you think?
I can't agree. I can't agree. You have to lay out a scenario or context.
Okay, well, dangerous quarterbacks.
Okay, then you still have to lay out a context, because at the end of a game, under a minute left, Are those three guys really the most dangerous? Maybe, maybe not. Week 1, you discount week 1 with Aaron Rodgers. Give me Aaron Rodgers over all of them dudes with 1 minute left in a game. Give me maybe Russ. Give me maybe Russell over those guys with 1 minute left in the game. Give me maybe Russell with the least talented roster to do the most with the least.
You know what? I don't disagree with that notion.
So it depends on context and what you're talking about. Mahomes is great, but he also has a great roster.
But I see Kyler Murray as a mini version of Russ. So that's why I put him up there.
He has a great roster too, though. He has a far better roster than what Russell Wilson has.
As far as on the offensive skills weapon, are you sure?
I'm sure. Lockett is Lockett. But then when you look at Arizona on paper, you have a couple guys that might be better than Lockett.
You still got Metcalf, too.
That is true. That is true.
And David Moore.
That is true. I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough when you really think about it.
Because Carson.
Yeah, you got Carson's, because what's kind of surprised me is that thus far, and I know it's only 2 games, AJ Green hasn't really been a factor with Arizona.
Because they got so many other weapons.
I'm damn near on. I'm
damn. That was a perennial and put him on a team that already had, guns.
Yeah, I'm almost ready. I mean, I don't want to say he may be done, but I don't know. Like I said, it's just week 2. It's just week 2. So okay. It's
sort of like taking Julio and putting Julio where he is. Well, what is their team predicated on?
Well, Julio hold my beer moment yesterday, because he showed them why the hell they went and got him yesterday.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah. Everybody was having questions about him in week 1, and then all of the public stuff when they thought Vrabel was making an attack on him. Julio showed up and he showed out. I bet you Vrabel won't have a damn thing to say about him this week. So let's all right. Let me get your predictions for this week coming up. Now we still have tonight's Monday night game, Green Bay and Detroit. We both went Green Bay. Boy, wouldn't it be funny if Detroit won? Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
I don't see this a pride game. Aaron Rodgers had a stinkum last week, so you would.
Oh yeah, I don't expect. Yeah, I expect Aaron Rodgers to be on his game. This is and plus this is the only game tonight. Everybody's watching. Yeah. But let's go next Thursday. The Carolina Panthers 2-0 at the Houston Texans. It hurt my soul to see Tyrod Taylor leave the game yesterday because he was balling. I mean, he really was. He really is running that team very well. Hopefully, it's not serious. But who you got? Carolina at Houston.
Because of that variable, I'm taking Carolina.
Same here. All right, on the Sunday's games, Washington at Buffalo. Washington's defense right now ain't been what it's been cracked up to be. And Buffalo, I mean, they just destroyed Miami.
Bills are going to smack them up. Yeah,
it's in Buffalo too.
Yeah, they're gonna smack them up.
All right.
Smack them up.
Chicago at Cleveland.
Cleveland, because Justin Fields. It seems right now that Justin Fields is going to be the starter next week, and yeah, Cleveland. Cleveland. The Bears will stay in the game. Their defense, their defense may be better than people think, but you still got to do something offensively. And Justin Fields, you got to give me more than 60 yards, baby.
Yeah, and he kept Cincinnati in the damn game yesterday.
Yeah. Yep.
They were trying to salt the game away, and he threw a pick. I'm like, how the hell? The dude was 5 yards from you. You threw it straight to him. And, to Cincinnati's credit, they made him pay immediately. But I agree. I'm going with Cleveland. Maybe Nagy knew what the hell he was talking about when he didn't want to throw Fields in yet. Maybe he just may not be as ready as everybody wants him to be. Because remember, in preseason, you're playing 6 second and third and fourth string defenses.
Now, if he decides for whatever reason at the last minute to go ahead and throw Foles in, then it's no line. Then I might shift a little bit, but I don't see that happening because he's already kind of endorsed Fields for that. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Foles needs to just come on back to Philadelphia and be a backup and be happy. Next game, Baltimore at Detroit. Shouldn't take long. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. No, wait a minute. Your Detroit Lions. That's right.
My Detroit Lions.
Yes.
They're silver and blue, but it's a powder blue. It ain't that Dallas blue, but it ain't that navy blue. But that's fine. I said what I said about Detroit. I said that they would be a better team because they lost. They always find, like you said, they're one of them teams that keep it close and they find a way to lose.
Yeah.
I don't know if Baltimore has a letdown coming off of KC, but if there's a sleep on them game, this might be it.
So you're picking Detroit? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It's in Detroit.
Yeah, I'll take Detroit.
I goaded you into it. Okay, yes. Okay, well, you know I'm picking the Ravens. Okay, all right. A good game next. Indianapolis at Tennessee.
Well, Wentz winced.
Yep.
They did without her, but they had a shot. I mean, you could see, and he will be a threat to somebody.
It'll be a tough out, yeah.
Yeah. But the running game is, like I said, all Tanner Hill got to do is be a bus driver, turn around and hand that ball off, and dump off little 5-yard passes. Get a little first down, move them chains when necessary to keep turning around and handing that ball off. So I'm gonna take the Titans.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Titans too. All Tannehill has to do, he doesn't have to throw long passes. Just get the ball in your skill position players' hands. Julio, AJ Brown, and keep pounding that rock. We see the true engine behind that offense. We saw it yesterday. So yeah, Tennessee. Plus, you don't know what Wentz's status is. They said both of his ankles were rolled up on by Aaron Donald.
It's that COVID, man. That COVID. He got vaccinated. He'd been all right.
Okay, AFC West showdown. Chargers at Chiefs. Both of them coming off of those L's. Who you got?
I'm gonna take an unpopular pick here. I think the Chargers win. I think the Chargers win. It's gonna be a shootout. Neither defense is gonna stop the other's offense. The Chiefs, I mean, they have some good defenders, but in that secondary area, they're not gonna stop Mike Williams, and you're not gonna stop him. You're just not gonna stop him. I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Chiefs because I like the way in the Andy Reid Mahomes era, I like the way they respond after a loss, and they're at home. So for that, and I agree with everything you said about the Chiefs secondary outside of Honey Badger. It is gonna be hard to stop Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. It's going to be hard to stop Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Hardman and Robinson, too.
Well, we'll see a repeat of this week. Whichever, as Tony Romo kept saying, whichever team got the ball last.
Yep.
Whichever quarterback got the ball last. So, we'll see.
Okay. All right, interesting game here. New Orleans at New England.
New England surprised me yesterday.
That didn't surprise me at all.
Although I picked them, it surprised me the way they did it. So if you got a young quarterback and they're buying into that system, well, they actually got a bunch of new players and they're buying into that system early. Well, we already know New England's system works. I'm gonna take the Patriots.
This is a tough game for me. because you saw Tampa Bay Jameis yesterday. And it didn't surprise me what New England did to the Jets because, like when I said last week, Belichick versus a rookie quarterback, what do you think's going to happen? The 4 interceptions did not surprise me a bit, but gosh, you're talking about 2 coaches that always have their teams prepared. And as much as the Saints embarrassed the Packers, the Panthers embarrassed them yesterday. So,
Jameis is gonna Jameis.
Yeah.
I said that after week 1. Yeah, he's capable of 500 yards. He was doing that in Tampa Bay, but 500 yards. But then you look close at the box score, and it's 1 touchdown, 3 picks to go with them 500 yards.
Gosh. You know what? I'm gonna just so it can be some competition between us. I'm gonna go with the Saints. I really kind of want to agree with you on the Patriots, but I'm going to go with the Saints. And that's going to be a very interesting game. Now, a game that probably outside of these 2 cities, nobody's going to care about, the Falcons at the Giants.
I think it's time because the Falcons, even though banged up, Falcons are supposed to be the more talented team. So I'm gonna give Matt Ryan the benefit of the doubt and say he gets them on the right track.
Okay, we're gonna disagree again. And while on paper, are you sure the Falcons are supposed to be the more talented team? I mean,
I think when fully healthy, yeah, they are. They on paper they gotta be. They are the more talented team. They have more. They got more pieces, more veteran pieces on paper. On paper.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
The Giants got a few, things.
I like the way Daniel Jones played Thursday night against Washington. He's not the reason why they lost. If you're Darius Slayton, you got to make that catch. You have to make that catch. And then how the hell you're a defensive lineman and you're offsides on a field goal attempt? Why? So I like the way Daniel Jones played. I'm going to roll with the Giants on this one to get their first win. Both teams are 0-2. I don't know if it's as a desperation game as it would be in a 16-game season, but again, for competition's sake, I'm going to roll with the Giants. Next game, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh.
That's a rough one. Yeah, this is a rough one. But I'm gonna give Big Ben this one. This is Big Ben's farewell tour, I believe, and I expect him to bounce back. So, yeah, I'll take the Steelers.
Yeah, we agree on that one. I think the Steelers will win. I'm just gonna pick that Steelers off of principle. Next game, Arizona at Jacksonville.
Next game. Next game.
I think that means you're taking Arizona, and so will I. The Jets at my Broncos.
Next game.
All right. I assume that means you're taking the Jets, and I will take. No, I'm just playing. I know you riding with Denver just like I am. Miami at the Raiders.
The Raiders. No question. The Raiders. All day, every day. The Raiders. Even with Tua, it would have been the Raiders.
I think the Raiders want revenge from last year's game. Remember that crazy game last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going with the Raiders, too. I am. Biggest game of the day. Tampa Bay at the Rams.
It's time for TB12 to take a L.
You damn right.
It's time for him to take a L.
You damn right.
And if you're going to get him, the Rams would be the first type of team that you would expect would give him problems because of the pass rush. Donald is going to come up that middle. And
Leonard Floyd is going to come from that edge.
So I'm going to say the Rams in that one.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams too because for one, this is a prove-it game for Matthew Stafford. You know, this is why they brought him in there, because they think that, you know, if he's supposed to be the missing piece, you know, you're playing the defending champions in your building. I definitely think there's a kink in Tampa Bay's defense, the same kink as it was last year. The secondary is their weak length. I didn't go into detail about them beating the Falcons. It's the Falcons. They were supposed to beat the Falcons. But, I mean, even then, the Falcons still put up points on them. But, yes, I'm going with the Rams. Time for TB12 to take a loss. Okay, Seattle at Minnesota. We just saw what Derrick Henry did to Seattle's defense.
Already said it.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, buck 67, 2 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins, a typical Kirk Cousins game, maybe 280 and a touchdown, no picks. Because Seattle defense ain't gonna get no picks. And that's it. Minnesota.
I'm going with Seattle. And I agree. And you know what? I agree with you with Dalvin Cook's situation. Buck 62 touchdowns. Shit, he might have 3. This is going to be a shootout. I trust Russell Wilson more than Kirk Cousins.
I don't think it's going to be a shootout. If Dalvin Cook has a buck 67 and 2 touchdowns, the time of possession is 2-1.
Yeah, but what if he has 2 50-plus yard runs?
Well, yeah, that's true too.
And the Sunday night game is the Packers at the 49ers.
Aaron Rodgers is going to have an Aaron Rodgers-like day because he's prideful. It'll spite him to make the Packers front office happy with a win, but you know, like I said, he's a pride-filled guy. He ain't gonna take L's just because he mad and want to leave Green Bay. So I would expect after week 1, you know, somebody about to get some numbers hung on him.
Yeah, the 49ers have kind of had their number, though, lately. But, I mean, at least a healthy 49ers team. But I'm going to roll with you on that one. Yeah, I think the Packers are going to win that game, too. Aaron's going to put up some numbers because, yeah, you like to say prideful. And, of course, the Monday night game, the Philadelphia Eagles at your Dallas Cowboys.
Philly going to get curb stomped.
Oh, my
They're
God.
They're going to get curb stomped. I'll say this, and you take it for what it's worth. Take it for what it's worth. The offensive line, the first 2 weeks, even without Lyle Collins, which you now know is some straight trash, that suspension. Like, how? I don't even get it at this point. I don't. Hey, Schefter, I sent you the thing, so it's official. Exactly what I said. You know, you can say, yeah, you can go to your pop's funeral, but we gonna say you missed this drug test and count it anyway. We know you just had surgery and they giving you pain medication, but we just gonna, you know, anyway. I won't even touch that. That, as I told you, that's Goodell and Jerry Jones, and that's the internal workings of the NFL. But I do think Troy Vincent and them other cats, they need to do their job. You're representing players. These are times where you're supposed to be the most vocal. But that being said, the offensive line played great the first 2 weeks. Zach Martin and Fletcher Cox is always a wash. I'm never worried about Fletcher Cox when we play them. Never. So I think that we'll be able to do a lot of the same of what we did against the Chargers. But again, that secondary, although missing Gallup, hurts. Because if Gallup's there, I say there's no way you stop him. But Dalton Schultz has stepped up, actually more so than Blake Jarwin.
Yeah, that surprised me.
I think they're going to put, if yesterday is any indication, and Parsons was complaining after the game that he felt like he didn't get enough snaps at defensive end. So if they amp that up and put him on that side, I just think there's opportunities, particularly because Hurts has shown a tendency to roll to that side. So he gets jitterbug. He got the jitterbug against San Francisco, and San Francisco's pass rush was not particularly vicious, but they did get back there, and he brought that ball down and stopped looking downfield, which is what young quarterbacks do. So I think that, I think we'll be okay against them. I think we'll be okay against them. Dak typically does well against them. He typically puts up numbers against them. So nothing about them has changed dramatically from last year to this year defensively. If anything, they're worse.
Okay, so predictable. You're picking Dallas. So
Slay versus Amari was a thing last year. How'd that turn out? Slay made a couple plays, but Amari got his numbers.
So I guess you know what that means. You know who I'm picking.
You better be picking the Cowboys unless you got. If you ain't got no money on it, then go ahead and pick.
No, I actually am gonna pick the Cowboys. Home opener. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You dissected everything else. It's Dallas's home opener. So I'll pick Dallas to win this game.
Do you think week one you said what you said about Jalen Hurts after yesterday's game? And what I just said, breaking them down, do you still feel the same?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I do. I just don't think they're going to win this game. I do. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But I think Dallas is going to win that game.
I think he has them Lamar Jackson tendencies. Lamar is getting better with it, but I think he has them tendencies, man. If you start pressuring that dude, you don't even have to get him. If you start pressuring him and move him off the spot, his inclination is to bring that ball down. And yeah, when he's rolling to that side, he'll look. If there's somebody directly in front of him, he'll try to throw that ball. But other than that, he's just going to try to run.
You know who Jalen Hurts kind of reminds me of? He reminds me of actually young Donovan McNabb. Now, I don't know how you take that. I think their games are eerily similar. I'm talking about McNabb when he would get out to the pocket and scramble from time to time. McNabb clearly had a stronger arm, but just the way that their games are right now. But no, I'm picking Dallas to win.
I was gonna say that maybe the athleticism, maybe the get out of pocket and running part, but one of them things is not like the other because Donovan, once he got outside the pocket, he could still fling it yards fairly accurate.
I still believe that Jalen Hurts has firm control over this offense. I think yesterday was a case of where you just left too many points on the field. You know, if you turn one of those long drives into a touchdown and go with your field goal, you may be having a totally different outcome from yesterday. And I think they'll be able to move the ball. I think they'll move the ball fairly well against Dallas's defense, to tell you the truth. Their receivers aren't the names of Dallas's, but they're pretty quick. They're pretty elusive. I mean, that was a hell of a catch by Jalen Reagor, but he just happened to be out of bounds. And so they had to take the touchdown off of the board. He actually stepped out of bounds, before he ended up making the catch. But, again, I'm going with Dallas because it's their home opener.
Philly's leading receiver will be Goddard.
I'm going with Dallas because it's their home opener.
It's going to be Goddard. Why? Because San Diego, where were they getting their completions? Right in the middle of the field. Big target right in the middle of the field. That's it. Not on the outsides. But, okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, of course, that's next Monday night's game. So we, around this time next week, we'll be talking, and that game will not have happened yet. Yep. But I'm like I said, I'm going with Dallas because it's their home opener. That's it. So, okay. So we have actually a lot of games where we went against each other. So this week should be interesting.
Yeah, because every dog got his day. A couple of them teams, you just got to believe that the sun will shine. The sun will shine. Whether it shines for the Lions and the Falcons, what was the other odd man team I picked?
Hold up. The Lions, the Falcons.
The
Bengals,
Chargers,
the Bengals,
the Chargers.
And the Bengals. Oh, no, you didn't pick the Bengals. You picked the Steelers.
Right.
Yeah.
I picked the Chargers though.
Yeah, you did pick the Chargers. Yep, to beat the Chiefs. Yep.
Yeah. So, every dog got his day, but I don't consider Chargers one of them dogs. But they ain't that big of an underdog. But I'll take them nonetheless. I think that's gonna be the thing going forward for the next however long they're in the same division. Those two quarterbacks gonna be in the same division. I think Mahomes has had it fairly easy, just in general. I think there's, like you said, you talked about it. I mean, that you started off AFC, NFC West.
Loaded.
It's not going to be a cakewalk
No.
for Kansas City anymore.
Absolutely not. No.
For various reasons.
Nope.
Whether it's Broncos defense, whether it's Herbert's arm, whether it's the Raiders from top to bottom. And coaching, Chucky's coaching. Let's call it that. Carr's evolution and Chucky's coaching.
But not only Broncos defense. If you look at the Broncos offense, they drafted speed that, we all know speed kills. And they drafted their offense, I don't want to say to look as similar to Kansas City, but KJ Hamler's a burner. Now, Jerry Jeudy's injured right now, but he'll be back, they say 4 to 6 weeks. But, he's a burner. Cortland Sutton, you saw what he did yesterday. He had a career day yesterday, and this is a guy who's already been to a Pro Bowl. We have a Pro Bowl tight end, Noah Fant. So, when you talk about the Raiders across the board, you got to look at Denver across the board too. But in essence, no, it ain't going to be no damn cakewalk for Kansas City. Oh, no, they're going to have to fight for this shit this year. I mean, you never know. We play them the last week of the regular season. The division may come down to that. You never know. I mean, honestly. And the NFC West, like I said, I don't think this is going to happen, but it would not surprise me if coming into the last week of the regular season that all four teams from that division could have a chance to make the playoffs. It just wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Those head-to-heads are going to be everything in both of those divisions.
Yep.
The head-to-head and the like opponents.
So think about how important. So think about how important this game is next week between Minnesota and Seattle.
This is true, but I bet you any money they're not necessarily looking at that way because of that addition of the extra week. A lot of these teams thinking. I actually saw somebody on one of these shows talking about one of the talking head shows, and 0-2 is not as bad as it was because, man, you still 0-2. Shut up. You think it's adding extra? You think that makes that big a difference? No. It was ridiculous. It was a former player. I can't remember who it was. I'm like, that's ridiculous to say that, 0-2. It's okay because it's an extra.
They say 0-2 is the new 0-1.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how was your math work? But what do I know? It is what it is. On a pardon shot, since you mentioned Jerry Jeudy, right? This is an unpopular thing, and I guess the general consensus is he's gone or whatever, man. But I'm doing one or two things, really. In my opinion, what I would do. So Gallup is out 3 to 5 weeks.
Well, Judy's out 4 to 6.
Yeah, If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm seriously considering, because they talking about perhaps let Jalen Smith go and blah blah blah. Man, I'm perhaps thinking about working some stuff around and trying to my best to keep Gallup. And I say all that because we're talking about Kansas City and the AFC West. Why does Kansas City never have to let none of their weapons go?
It's a good point. Well, I look at it like this. Okay, you've paid Tyreek Hill. You've paid Travis Kelce. Demarcus Robinson decided to come back on a 1-year deal. And you're still on Mecole Hardman's rookie contract.
Okay.
So maybe that's part of the answer.
It actually helped that Mahomes took the kind of contract that he took.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would seriously think about it, man, because that addition by subtraction thing, that works for some teams, but not everybody. No, it doesn't work for most teams.
Well, you gotta look at the Rams too, and the Buccaneers. And granted, look, like people sleep on Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods of how good they actually are. Because when you talk about names that are just more in the limelight, like because they're Dallas and Amari Cooper and CD and Gallup, or Tampa Bay, strictly because they're playing with Tom Brady, Evans, Godwin, and AB and Gronk. I mean,
but that's my point. Repurpose some money. You will lose in a certain area. But who's more valuable, Jalen Smith or Michael Gallup? Michael Gallup is the deep threat. CeeDee Lamb is the gadget guy, the slot guy that can line up anywhere, and Amari Cooper is just a beast. So he's on a rookie contract. CeeDee Lamb's on a rookie contract. You can afford to pay Gallup and Cooper.
Well, they've already paid Amari, but you're right about that with Gallup. I mean, Gallup is still on, and he's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah, he's a free agent after this year. That's why I'm saying that. Like, I would do all that I could do to keep him on that roster. And, you got to decide. Some teams invest heavy in their defense, and that's where all their money is tied up. Ours is tied up in the quarterback and the O-line and the running back. You went all in on the offense so far, and Amari Cooper, you might as well keep it going.
Well, it also depends on the player, too. Because what if another team comes and offers him? What if Dallas tries to keep him, but another team offers him more money and he decides to walk?
Franchise tag.
I know, but are you going to use it on him?
They're paying him the equivalent of a top 5 receiver. Gallup is not a top 5 wide receiver.
No, he's not.
Damn good. And evolving. So I don't know, man. I would try to work out something with him, and then I would revisit that franchise if I had to. But what's clear is Gallup is the important part. Like, we don't have a deep threat. Like, CD is the deep threat if he touches the ball at 10 yards and then breaks it for 50.
Assuming he doesn't drop it.
Right. Amari Cooper is a deep threat, but he's also not a speedster. But he's one of them guys, the ball's in the air, you got a chance.
And that's the crazy thing, because when he was with the Raiders, he was seen as a speedster.
Right. And now he's more of a technical wide receiver. He makes some of them catches that you're like, how the hell did he catch that?
Speaking of speed receivers, though, I'm starting to see something with Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, I was going to say that. But then that's where him, Judy, everybody else, but see, all those other dudes were speedsters. That was the advertisement, that they were speedsters.
Yep.
Even, what's Minnesota?
Jefferson, yeah.
Same thing, speedster.
Yeah, but I'm starting to see something with Ruggs. I mean, I said this earlier before we got on the phone. The Raiders, they have their middle of the field guy, Darren Waller. We talk about Kelsey and we talk about Kittle. Darren Waller's right there. He is right there. When you talk about best tight end in football, and now you got that guy that can take the top off of everything, that he's starting to pan out. You gotta look out.
Al Davis would be proud.
Yeah.
What can you do good, kid? Run. Good enough for me. That's it. That's what Al Davis loves. Speedsters.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And if he I honestly, that class, I mean, a lot of them dudes, I'm going to say at least 5 of them are going to be really good in the league in the long term.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I think another one, Jalen Weddle, is going to be another one. I mean, I don't know. I think Devontae Smith is going to be really good too. So, but we'll see. So, anyway, my brother,
Devontae got a little hype to live over. He hasn't quite,
Well, look. I've said this, and I will continue to say this. Only reason why he was able to get the Heisman is because Weddle got hurt. Weddle's the better receiver. He was. Weddle was the better receiver with Alabama. And when he got hurt, it opened up everything for Devontae, and he took advantage. I mean, good for him. But I always thought that Weddle was the better dude. He was truly the home run hitter in that offense. With Tua. With Tua. And with Mac Jones.
Right.
So, but anyway, let me get out of here. And you already know, you gonna hear from me next Monday. And like I said, your game won't even have happened yet.
Yeah, we'll have to do the following call on that one.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe I can put together a talking-ish call, and we could talk about that.
Think by the time we play them, they'll actually have a name, or we just playing Washington. And I mean, I'm sorry.
No, it's Philly.
I'm thinking ahead. It's Philly. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, what the Washington's name needs to be is reestablish your defense. Washington, where's your defense? That's what the hell they need to be called.
I thought they had got it down to a bottom 5 list. A top 5 list.
I don't know. But hey, y'all in the same boat right now. 1-1.
Yeah. But then again, it's an extra game, so 1-1 is the new 2-0.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right, bro. I'm gonna get at you.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right, later. Y'all already know what it is when y'all hear me on the phone with Tony, that we get into talking, freestyle talking as far as the sports go. Wasn't much to talk about in the world of basketball, because it's getting around that time. Training camp is about to start up, and you know it'll be that time next month. It will definitely be that time next month. But as I said earlier, I said that before I started even talking sports, I said that it was my cousin's birthday. It was coming up tomorrow, and I got him on the phone here. There, what up, boy?
Hey, what's good with you? What's good, everybody? Happening?
Hey, man, I'm just, on behalf of me and my podcast family, we want to wish you a happy early birthday with your monkey ass, nigga.
Yeah, well, I'm turning 25 again. It's cool. It's cool.
But what's good with you, though, man?
Got you out for the day.
You said what?
What's on the podcast schedule out today?
Oh, man, I was just on the phone with my man Tony, and we was talking about some football. You know, I know you're a Patriots fan, and you're a true Patriots fan. You didn't jump on the Tom Brady train to Tampa Bay. But
Fair enough.
I'm calling to see what's good with you, bro.
Ain't nothing. Sitting on this porch, drinking an old cold one. Yeah, enjoying this weather out here. Still mad about the old past release of Cam, but you know, it is what it is. Should be a good football season.
Oh yeah, well y'all won yesterday.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
You know, y'all beat up on the old Jets.
Well, look, my left kidney could beat up on the Jets. I mean, that's really not saying a lot. Not saying a lot.
But ain't you happy with your quarterback? Who? Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like. Who? Mac Jones. He's still young. He's looking like he might do something. Look, honestly, I don't hold no big expectations for this season. If they finish above 500, great. Boy's got some time under his belt. He's still a little wet behind the ears.
Okay. But when the next time you coming home, homie?
Man, I got some things in the works right now. I'm not making too big moves. You know, I'm getting a little old, a little grays more in the bed.
Oh, I thought you said you was turning 25 again.
Well, yeah, I'm 25, but I gray like I'm 88. I'm gonna make some moves here, and I'm gonna definitely shout y'all out, man. Let y'all know what's going on.
Well, you know, yesterday was Wayne's birthday.
Yeah, I know. I completely slipped up and forgot, and I meant to hit Wayne up. I really did.
Shit, he had the birthday party at his crib yesterday. I was cooking on the grill, DJing and stuff. We had a good time though.
Sound like y'all had a ball, man. Sound like y'all doing it every year for Wayne's birthday.
Yeah, man. Shit, I ain't leave his crib until 2 o'clock in the morning. I was out there with Uncle Manny and Bruce, and yeah, me, Wayne, Uncle Manny, and Bruce, chilling.
Damn, where they find Manny at? I thought Manny was ducking his last girlfriend.
No, you know, it's somebody new every time.
I know, man. Manny is the true definition of growing old and still pimping.
Hey, you ain't never lied about that.
Like I said, the last one was like 20, 22, 23, something like that. Still tricking these O's. Still tricking these O's. Hey, man, next time we see man, I tell him what's good, man.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, I will. But yo, D, matter of fact, put this on your schedule. If you can, try to be in VA on November 5th. Okay, that's when our class is going November 5th, that's a Friday. That's when our class is going to try to have a little reunion at the football game because, you know, Holland Springs just opened up their new stadium because they just built.
Got a new stadium too?
Nigga, they got a whole new school, bruh.
Yeah, I saw the Walter had put me in this group on Facebook talking about the school and everything. They did a walk around or something like that. The school looked nice. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and they got a new stadium too, and that's the Verona game. So everybody's trying to link up.
Fair enough. November 5th, I do got a whole load of vacation time. November 5th sounds like a plan to me. I'll just take the week.
Yeah, that'd definitely be dope. That'd definitely be dope if he was able to do that because, you know, we've just been trying to show each other love, you know, because, you know, we done lost a couple of classmates and we, you know, we trying to keep this Spring of Love thing true. That Spring of Love thing is real. Even with your little silly, goofy ass.
It's not even just Spring of Love. I mean, it's terrible that all this is happening, but you know what? It's a good thing that we all just, as people, now we all just finally opening our eyes and saying that, hey, you know, we out here for each other.
Facts. I talked to Chris. I didn't even shout out him. I meant to shout out him earlier. My our homeboy Chris Pitt. I talked to him not too long ago for a minute, and we was talking about pretty much everything that you was just saying.
Yeah. We all just need to be here for each other, man. I was on Facebook, which I'm not a regular of these days, and saw
Me neither.
Michael Mayo.
Yeah.
That's a name I ain't heard in forever.
Yeah.
But he was talking some real true stuff, man.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the post.
Yeah, he looked good. I meant to tag the joint and be like, look, he's a good dude. He's a real good dude, and he's doing good things. So it's like everybody just needs to go support everybody.
Exactly. Exactly.
No matter what we're doing in life, no matter where we are, we just need to be there for each other, either by the internet or just if you got each other's phone number, just call the person and be like, look, whatever you're going through, look, somebody here for you.
Hey, man, see, this is why we cousins. You're reading my mind. This is what I've been saying for the past month. And I don't care if I seen you, I don't care if it's been 20 days or 20 years since I seen you. You know, just know that if you ever, and any time in your life feel like that nobody got your back or that nobody love you, just know your boy right here got nothing but love for you.
That's it. You know I love you, bro, so it ain't no...
Oh, man, you know, we cousins, but we more like brothers, man. You already know how we get down, you know. You drunk yet?
No, this is only my second one, bro. I worked last night, so I got up at 8 this morning. I've been asleep. I just literally woke up like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I literally woke up. Took a shower right fast. Been watching some Walking Dead, catching up. And second beer sitting outside on the deck. I ain't just watching the air.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's
some
up.
Some old people mess, bro. Some old people mess. I'm just sitting on the deck, bro, in my recliner, bro, just watching it go by, man.
And drank a beer.
Drinking a beer. Might have a shot later on. Who knows?
I know that's right. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a shot for you. But I just wanted to say what's up. You hadn't been on the podcast in a minute, so I just wanted to say what's up because I know that birthday is coming up because, you know, I had to shout out Wayne's birthday, your birthday, and then my pop's birthday, my dad's birthday, you know, it's the day after yours. So
yeah, it's tomorrow, bro. It's tomorrow.
No. Wednesday.
Yeah, I keep, because I'm on night, so my days flow a little bit different.
Yeah.
Days flow different. I don't know. I might get up off my ass here in a bit, go hit up a bar here in a bit. I don't know. I ain't figured out what I'm going to do with myself today. I'm off tonight, so I don't know. Plenty of debauchery to get into.
Yes.
But I got to do it for the little woman and the kids get home, and they started aggravating the crap out of me. I want to go play some Xbox. You want to play some Xbox? I don't want to play no damn Xbox. Go give me a beer. Your name is Waterhead. Now shut up. Go give me a beer. I'm
out here chilling, man, grinding, enjoying life, man. That's what it's all about, too, man. That's another thing. If you ain't really enjoying your life and doing what you want to do, man, just change it. Don't go to the extremes that I see folks doing. Man, change your life. That's one thing another thing. Just change your life. Change the way you do things. That's another thing that the late great Chris Meekins used to say. If you're not enjoying what you do, change your situation.
Facts.
Change it.
Facts.
We all as people, we can change our surroundings. We can change every minute detail about what we do. We have the power to control us, and it's all guided by the one Almighty, you know?
And, listen to you putting that psychology degree to work. Boy, I'm proud of you, boy.
What's going on? Then I kill it when I start drinking more.
Boy, don't get up, though. I'm gonna tell. Hey, listen, my podcast audience. If you want to see some funny ass stuff, get me and David together and get us intoxicated. You will see some funny stuff.
That's when we start doing dumb shit. That's when we start bringing back the Trife Mob.
I was just getting ready to say that. I was just getting ready to say it, Trife Mob.
That joke we did up on, I can't even remember what spot you was at, but when we did that joke up on J, what was we doing? We was up on the porch. It wasn't the joint on Park Avenue. It might have been the crib before that.
Oh, Echo. When we did when we redid the Travis Porter song, the Make It Rain jump, but call it Cause I'm Cheap.
Yeah.
Cause I'm cheap.
I was just thinking about that the other day, bro.
Cause I'm cheap, bitch. Cause I'm cheap, bitch.
That was a classic, dog.
Hey, you gonna make me pull that shit up on YouTube.
That was classic, dog. I actually watched that joint the other day, bro. I was just tripping, like, yo. I was like, we did some dumb shit.
We did. You gotta see some cash for me to see some ass. Keep my dollar spending. I'll disappoint your ass.
Yep.
Oh, and then the other joke we did, the song by Wayne and Rick Ross, the what was it called, John? But we changed it to Sherman. Big fat nigga with a lollipop. Oh. Hey, man. See, y'all got to find that stuff. Y'all got to go to my old Brevon 83 page on YouTube and to find, you see some dumb stuff. The parody joints, boy, we was Trife Mob. What was it? Because it was me, you, and Sean. You was DJ Dog Nuts. No, you was MC Dog Nuts. I was DJ Diarrhea, and Sean was Low Welfare.
I don't know what brought it up. I was just sitting in the crib, man, had a beer, of course, and I just was thinking back, just had a flash. It was like, let me think about some old mess I ain't seen in so. Then I went back and was like, oh, it was there. It's there.
I'll be sending you them Jones, man. I'll go on my old YouTube page and I'll text them Jones to you. Like the time me and you was on the back of my old, when I was staying with my mom, this is a long time ago, and I got you on camera talking about Chris Brown and Rihanna.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, look, that was funny. We weren't even rapping about nothing.
No, we was just talking. That shit was just funny.
It was funny shit. Chris Brown ain't whoop her ass. Chris Brown whoop her ass.
This nigga said hey y'all gotta watch that shit. This nigga said Chris Brown has just lowered Virginia.
Yeah. Hey, no disrespect to him. Chris Brown, one of my dudes. Straight G, love his music.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But mind you, we did this back in 2009.
Good Lord, bro.
Yeah.
What, 11 years?
12 years.
12 years now.
Yeah, niggas was in their 20s, they mid 20s.
Hey, look, I'm still in my 20s.
Yeah, there you go. Me too.
30, 25. 25. Oh shit. Oh, man.
All right, well, DBZ, I'm going to get at you tomorrow. I'm about to get out of here and wrap this podcast up for the day. Matter of fact, when I post it, I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, you know I got you, man. I love the sport from my end, bro.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'll get you on here more often.
Hey, bro, you know where I'm at, bro.
Yeah, West Virginia head ass nigga.
Hey, look, it's quiet. The game was decent the other day between Tech and Mountaineers.
That's right. Virginia Tech did play West Virginia. Yup.
Up here. It was a hell of a game.
Yeah, West Virginia won. Damn it.
Yep, I mean, look, it was still a hell of a game.
Yeah, 27-21. Yep.
It don't matter if you supported Tech or you were supporting West Virginia. Everybody was still in the parking lot at the end of the game, getting drunk and shit.
I know that's right.
Getting drunk as a motherfucker. Everybody was shaking hands like they was all brothers, like we was all family, kin. Like at the end of it all, even saw a dude get arrested, run from a cop, butt naked.
Damn.
He was running from a cop, butt naked, right down the street.
Damn.
Cop even chased him. It was a slow police chase. Let me tell you, he fell like 3 times.
What?
I was going to work. This was like 9 o'clock at night. So he was running from the cop, trying to evade the cop. He takes off, loses his shorts, and then still runs. He falls in the street 3 times.
Yeah, he was
at my job.
He was smashed.
Trying to go down to the parking lot. Yeah, smash his whole shit up. Then I tell him to turn back around so we can follow this whole shit. Falls like a scared white woman. You know, this is like any scared white woman who may have fallen or whatever in a chase. But, he fell 3 times. No bullshit. He's in the middle of the street, butt naked, dick swinging the whole nine, just going. He fell like 3 times. No bullshit.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He makes it to at least halfway towards like the busiest intersection out here. Like no gas. Just going and just yelling at the top of his head. No reparations! No reparations without something he was saying. I'm like, I couldn't hear the whole thing because I'm just blasting music. Like, I wanted to record it, but his ass was naked and he should have been ashamed of himself. He should have been ashamed of himself, but I'm just laughing and crying my ass off. Like, this is funny. It's so funny. Like, why can't we see more of this more often? We get more drunk people running down the street at 9 o'clock at night, drunk.
Yo, well, I tell you what, you go to Newport News and you might find it. You might find some of that.
Word?
Bruh. Remember I told you the time I was working, I was in Newport News and the dude was butt naked with the samurai sword. Right on Jefferson Avenue, bruh. I'm serious. I ain't making this shit up, bruh.
Hey, look, see, those are the type of people you gotta friend.
Bruh, this was in broad daylight.
Oh, well, broad daylight. That makes it that much funnier.
Bro, I was literally, me and because I was on the 18-wheeler, and me and the driver, we sitting there because we had just got some food from Church's Chicken. And we just saw this dude. I was like, what the hell? Butt-ass nigga with a samurai sword. Even the cop was like, what are you doing?
I think it was the same thing in this situation, except the cop was chasing him, not on foot. Well, he started chasing him on foot until it took off. Then he ran back to his car and was chasing him, sirens blaring, the whole thing, and was literally going like 2 or 3 miles an hour. Tell him, sir, get off the street. I'm like, this was literally one of them joints you see on America's Dumbest Police Chases. Dumbest. Like, why don't you just run his naked ass over? Run his naked ass over. Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, before we go, I gotta tell this story, man. Matter of fact, I might start making this a segment in the podcast. Brandon's funny stories. All right, it was me. The story involves me, David, Sean, and Corey. So it was Senior Skip Day. You guys who listen to this, y'all know what Senior Skip Day is. So I'm walking around. I get picked up. Corey and Sean and David, they came to scoop me up. I got the camcorder with me, right, and whatever. So we decide, hey, let's go get into some dumb shit. So what do? We just find ourselves riding. We end up at Hermitage High School. Remember that, D?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And we was all getting ready to walk into the school, and we was thinking about what names we was going to use for each other. So we all picked NFL names. Sean said he was Deion Sanders. I said I was Daryl Green. David said his name was Johnny Eat Pussy. I'm serious.
Yeah.
So we walked into the school. And classes they had just let out, as far as they was just changing classes. So we just walk in. I got a camcorder. We see this tall dude with blonde hair, and me and Sean start screaming, "Hey, yo, Cisco! And it was like, and we started singing, "I got to get it, you won't forget it." So we start looking around, and we start seeing the security start pointing at us, and the people are now going into class. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why we split up. I don't know how we split up. But all I know, it was just me and Sean. Couldn't find Corey. I don't know where the hell you went. And
Fuck out of me, honestly.
So Sean says to me, "Look, when we hit this corner, we out." And it was a long ass hallway. I'm telling you, as soon as we hit the corner, we was gone. We kicked the door open. We rolled into some bushes. We duck it and weave it in the street. So then we see Corey. Then Corey comes up, and we like, "Shit, we gotta go. Where's David? They calling the cops. Where's David?" You was nowhere to be found. And we was like, "Yo, we can't just leave him." We was like, all right, well, let's but we can't get caught. We ain't trying to be arrested neither. So we literally drive to the front of the school, and this fool, as in David, is literally walking out the very front door like it's nothing wrong.
That's it, man. That's it.
And we like, "David, come on, get in the fucking car. Get in the car, they're calling the police." This nigga gonna sit here and say, "I'm in the Army, I don't care."
Fair enough.
But the funny part was, I swear I wish I still had the tape. If I still had the tape, because when we watched it, you see us going in, you see us messing with the dude that had the blonde hair, calling him Cisco. And then we see the classes we see the classes room starting to get full. And then all of a sudden, the next thing the tape cuts to, all you hear is me and Sean breathing real fast because we running. You see my foot come up and kick the door open. And that's when you hear all of us be like, "Shit, where's David? What happened? Where's David?"
It looked like some Blair Witch Project type.
It really did. It looked just like that. It really did.
Like this shit was all good just a week ago. Like that shit was like, where the fuck is the middle footage?
Right.
Did somebody get killed? Was they murdering people back there? Corey dead. I'm just in the middle of the woods lost. Y'all was the last two survivors. You gotta share the story.
Yo, that was so funny. Yo, as soon as you got back in the car, Corey hauled ass out. Corey hauled ass out on he hauled ass out on the Hungry Springs Road and busted U-turn and hopped right on the highway. We shot straight back to Holland Springs so fast, man. And then all you heard on the camera there was us laughing. You know what I'm saying?
That was some film school shit we did there.
Hey, bro, that was one of the funniest things. That was one of the fun. I'm sitting here crying, laughing now, thinking about that shit. That was one of the funniest things ever, bro. I'm telling you. I swear I gotta get Sean on here to tell that story too, man. That was one of the funniest things ever.
That was like some real mess type mess. Like, yo, where the hell did the middle footage go?
Yeah.
Like all of us had got together to watch it. But it was still like all of us still scratching our hands like, yo, where's the whole middle section of that footage go?
Yeah, because like I said, you see, we messing with the students. Then all of a sudden the film just cut to me and Sean running. And then you see my foot jump up and kick the damn door open.
Yeah. Y'all niggas running from something, from what we don't know.
Bro, and we ain't even know where Corey came from.
No. Like, it's just a thing that happened. We just witnessed a murder. It was just like, yo, we gotta go. We can get in the car now. Now. Get in the fucking car. Don't ask any questions. We not coming back here.
Oh man. Oh, I just wanted to share that. I just wanted to share that with the podcast audience. But all right, DBZ, let me get out of here and wrap this up.
Hey man, wrap it up. Hey man, love you, man. Peace to everybody, man. Live it up. Love it up. Love everybody.
All right, hey, man. Love you too, bro.
Love you too, bro, man. I'll let you later.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday.
Early birthday, 25 again. Feels lovely.
There we go. There we go. I'm going to hit you up tomorrow.
Got you, bro.
All right. Oh, my goodness. That was fun. I'm literally sitting here crying, laughing, thinking about that shit. That day when we went to Hermitage High School. Oh, my God. But anyway, what a buzzer. Oh, my goodness. That was fun. Anyway, this is another long episode of Sports Plus Life, man. They just going to be getting longer because, I'm going to have my guests. I'm going to have my guest on the show. And hopefully I can just accumulate more and more and more. And hopefully one day soon I can go back to doing more than once a week. Because when I first started the show in 2018, I was doing 2, sometimes 3 episodes a week. Hopefully I can get back to that soon. But anyway, it's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns. If you have not yet hit that subscription button, definitely hit that subscription button and become part of the Sports Plus Life family. Okay? Everybody out there, I love you. Nothing but peace and love in my heart. We all go through things in life. We all do. But you just have to understand, like my cousin said, man, just be happy. If you're not happy with your current situation, change that shit. It's really that simple. But anyway, it's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns. It's another episode of Sports Plus Life. I'm out this bit. Hey, man, love you guys. Peace.